try and party as good as we can. Chosen One Up North edition. Oh yeah. Green, green, green. The green grass is a West Branch. Gonna get my caffeine fix. I told this coffee place, man, you need to raise your prices. You're not charging enough. They're not. They don't want to have to paint that hand-painted sign all over. I mean, let's get real, people. The idea is capitalism. You know, make more than you spend. Forget this being in love with your customers. That's impossible. I've been doing all right at the casinos. I get out of there even. Yeah, that's my idea of winning. Getting out of there with the same amount of money when I went in and playing for a couple hours. Really put me in a... Yeah, their coffee's cheap here, man. I give them a $5 tip because I feel bad. I told them, you're going to raise this shit. You'd go to this coffee shop too if you were living here. They got about 10 of the hottest girls ever, all going to college. Looks like the Love Boat, only they're selling coffee. And they're just sweet. They're not like these normal crazy YouTube whores with nose rings and purple hair and horror tramp stamps on their ass. These are like all American girls. Just so polite and sweet and feminine. Sometimes they call me sir. Holy shit. Oh yeah, man, you never want to leave, believe me. It's that good. And they're all so damn sweet. Really just the old days sweet, like Ellie Mae or Ginger was on the Gilligan's Island when she was like 18. Hey Greta, how you doing? Oh yeah, I've been having some fabulous days lately. I have been having fabulous nights. I just got an oil change last week. I already need another one in 400 miles. I'm a road warrior. I'm gonna try and get something done today. Checking out my old girlfriends. Got some of these old ladies I'm hiding from. I tell them I'm busy. Yeah, if you're above 30, I'm busy. If you're below 30, I got nothing but time. One of the reasons I came up here is to see you. It's that simple. Hey Ellen, how are you? I'm having a great coffee right now. I'm going to go down by the Lake George. Oh yeah, I like coffee. I get these lattes. I was off them for a while. I thought it was giving me stomach aches. Getting old now. Buy a bottle of this, bottle of that. It's going to be a nice day today. Gas is up a lot more here. Well, not a lot more. I just go down and enjoy myself. I think I'll go up on top of the hill today. I just talk. I had a lot of fun so far. I've been to Mackinac, Sault Ste. Marie, Traverse City. Around here, all over the place. Saw my friends. I think I'm in a better state of mind because I want to socialize and I normally don't. Well, this is Lake George in West Branch, Michigan. This is a little lake. I started coming up there though in '78. It's the same beautiful lake it was when I laid my eyes on it the first time. The lake stays there and the people change. These people that own these farms are nice too. She tried being a CPA, but she couldn't handle it. So she went back to 18-hour days making nothing, and she loves it. She wasn't driven by money. Yeah, where's that at, Ellen? What town? What town is it? I'm going to be heading on the road this summer. I'm going to be going out to New Mexico and just partying. I've been going to casinos too at night. Just sit down there, don't know anybody. Just punch at max play. Let those hormones start releasing great feelings. I'll tell you though, I don't like small talk that much. These fuckers that sit down you in the casino, Oh, Spartanburg, yeah, I'm going to get up there. They sit down and start talking to you. I don't want to talk to people when I'm in there. I don't even care if it's like good-looking women. Just trying to concentrate. I got a lot of thoughts going on. I don't want small talk. Am I winning? Is I cleaned it out? How am I doing today? Holy shit, drives me fucking crazy. I'm gonna get up there, Ellen. Should I bring my Bible? I'll just sit here like the old days. Yeah, South Carolina. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we'll do it. I it seems like just yesterday I had my wife's top and bra off down around her waist, but really, it was over 45 years ago. Ah, yeah. She's having that rotten ass attorney depose me, get my deposition. Bunch of shit. You know, I don't talk to Maddie. No, I don't. Once in a while I get a call from one of these women, but Maddie, no. I mean, I saw her about a year ago, actually. And that was it. Yeah, small town one. Yeah, you're right. Got a weak signal here. God damn it. No, rarely. Once in a while I'll get a egg McMuffin, but I'm not too much of a breakfast guy. You know? This fucking thing. I got a weak signal here. Motherfucker. Yeah, I just don't know. Never been a breakfast. They say it's the most important meal. Yep. Yeah, I got this nice coffee though. I just sit here. I don't do shit. My days are filled with nothing but having fun. Nah, I wish the best for Maddie, but you know what? That's just words. It doesn't matter if I said I wish Maddie dropped dead today or I wish the best for her. It's just all a bunch of blabbling bullshit. I don't have any influence on what's going to happen. If I could choose, I'd want the best for her. If I could help her, I would. It's just close to a hopeless cause. But that's what drug addiction does. It fucking ruins you, man. It'll take a young, pretty, attractive woman that just has some mental issues, and it'll have her out sucking dicks for $10, and pretty soon she'll have hepatitis C, have no value to sex, just do it like you're washing your hands, herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea, God knows what else, tooth decay, don't brush your teeth, poor nutrition, start looking like an old lady in no time. I mean, you look back at the people I interviewed when I started and a couple of years later, it's really, it's just one of these things in the human race that it just like picks at your emotions. It's like, how can you not look at that thing? Oh my God, just, it's like seeing an airplane crash. It's like so much stuff going through your mind. The lives of these people, their survivors, injuries, this, that. Same, you just look at these poor working girls. No, that's true. People can't have, boy, that's a tough pill to swallow. I feel so bad for some of these parents of these girls. You know, they think it's something they did. It's not. I mean, it could have been, but it's unlikely. It's terrible. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I think Maddie just hopes she doesn't wake up someday, which is going to happen. It almost seems like you'd need to go to another planet to run into people like Maddie. Here she is right in your own backyard. No, I'm the same way with animals. I'm not as bad as I used to be, though. I want the best for animals, and I'm willing to pay for it. But I don't want them hanging around for the next 20 years, you know what I mean? If I saw a dog got hit by a car and they're going to euthanize it, I'd pay for a surgery. You know, find it a home. And if I didn't, I'd probably keep the goddamn thing. I hope it doesn't happen. But I'm I'm not as bad as I used to be. I do that where it's different where I'm at in Georgia. It is. They got a problem down there. It's just where I'm at, I got it made. Because I got a nice place, I got a lot of property, I'm building a new home. So I don't care that the town itself is in shambles. I'm not a resident of the town, or I'd probably hate living there. Nothing to do, no stores. We don't even have a hospital in the county. It's only 2,500 people in the whole county. But in my setup, the way I fool around with YouTube and stuff, I think it's paradise. If I lived downtown Crawfordville, I'd probably hate it and wonder what I did in life to deserve this. But as a result of a community like that, you just have a lot of irresponsible pet owners. But responsibility with pets comes with an upbringing. If you grow up in a neighborhood where, people did the right thing and that, the dogs weren't running wild, and you learn that and you come into life and you expect everybody else to be like that. But when you just grow up in an uneducated hillbilly fest, you're just these cats and dogs are just out fucking all the time, kittens all over. This is like a way of life. They don't get it. And they're just ignorant. Hey, Blue. Yeah. Nah, I never even really looked at it like trying. I guess I did, but, I never had any illusions of grandeur going down there and saving anybody. My thinking was, this is interesting. I want to know how they got here. Here's a lunch, here's some clothes, here's some orange juice. I knew it was pretty much a lost cause from the get-go, but it doesn't make you feel any better about it. I think the thing that surprised me, everybody knows that, the perils of working girls is uh, high odds of dying, and I didn't expect that many of them to like die, be gone in so long. It's like, God, man, this is hard to believe. Because a lot of stuff everybody's saying, well, you just wait, this keeps happening, and this is going to happen to you. And you think it, and everybody moves on, and nothing really happens, and it was just a bullshit suggestion. But not with that working girl stuff. They know just as well as you know that it could be tits up at any time, and you just go back on those interviews, there's a bunch of them not around any longer. That's pretty damn humbling. Hi, Blue. Yeah, well, you notice I don't do it anymore. But part of that is just getting threatened, getting hassled, crazy police down there. It's just nobody knew me down there, which was fine. It was fine. I just slipped down there, do my thing, get out. But it got where it was like people were coming up to me all the time and yelling, "Hey, chosen one," threatening me and all sorts of shit. It's like, fuck this. I had no police protection. And I had one of those medicinal marijuana cards. I didn't even get it for me. I've never smoked marijuana once. And I couldn't carry a gun because of that. So it's like, fuck this. Well, I can now, and I have one now. But I didn't then. So I wasn't going to put myself at that kind of risk about a bunch of crazies with cops just as bad. Yeah. So I said, fuck it. There's a point where you just got to make a decision about things. The older I get, and this helped me think this way. If you're a Christian, you're going to think I'm crazy. You may think I'm crazy anyway, but I really am starting to believe with confidence. I'm not a Jesus guy, a Virgin Mary, none of that. I believe in intelligent life. And it created this. It wasn't just happenstance, accidental. I'm not sure how it happened. But the Christmas stories and the virgins and walking on water, nah, not doing it. Sorry. Resurrections, just crazy talk. Speaking in tongues. I'm not a part of that. But the older I get, I don't believe in ghosts or any of that shit. I do believe in karma. But what I think that you're just like brought into this world. And this is the way it's going to be because of a lot of factors. Your upbringing, your genetics, just shit luck, serendipity, musical chairs. And then all this stuff about, studying hard and all this bullshit. Either it's in the cards or it isn't. And you're not going to morph your behavior too much out of what you got at birth. That's why you have smart people that are broke and dumb people that are rich, because this was in the cards for them. You see people that just spin their wheels their whole life. And I think this is the case with the drug addict prostitutes. This was in their destiny. Now you're going to see somebody on Dr. Phil or doing a fucking TED talk here and there that pulled themselves out of the ashes of sorrow and blah, 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 blah. But again, that was in the cards for them. Being a drug addicted prostitute was not. So it was all part of the major plan. I really believe this. And that's why I think I'm sympathetic to so many causes, because I realize that there's nothing they were going to do about it. They were just brought into this world, and this is the way it is, and no matter how hard they try, they cannot get out of this shit bucket. That's a myth. They tell them they need to find Jesus and go to college and all this horse shit. That doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, it's $1 million view. That's my opinion on it. Which, of course, doesn't mean shit. Yeah, really, it sucks like that, man. It is. I mean, it really does. Suck like that. I see these, like, homeless people I interview. I just think, man, I feel bad for you, man, because I know what you're going through. You've tried everything, and it's one fucking banana peel after another. Hi, Larry. Well, yeah, there are well, it's a predisposition. Some of those are like, they're all fuzzy though. They're not cut and dried. They say that about everything: homosexuality, the belief gene, your inclination to believe things like Jesus and the Virgin Mary and ghosts and all this fucking shit. And I got an idea that 99% of this bullshit, all of it, from A to B, is between your ears and nowhere else. When I see people at a gravesite, I just think to myself, what are you doing? I mean, you're not communicating with anybody, buddy. But if they're Catholics, I understand, because their whole lives been run by guilt. And if the priest told them to quack like a duck, they'd do it. They're listening to this guy, and they're doing what he said to do. So, I mean, I get why they're doing it, but it's just like such a waste of time. Oh, really, my enemy? Yeah. Well, I know, like, if you eat asparagus, there's a gene that makes that odor apparent in urine. I don't know if you know that or not. Some people have it, some don't. It's weird. I got a gene. It's called watching porn a lot. I've got the porn gene. Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's a gene associated with that, though, that creates that odor. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's a gene associated with that. Not everybody has it. Not everybody has it. I guess unless you were involved with somebody that was into golden showers, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, which ones are they, man? I mean, the camera work and the like. When you put the old VHS porn on a big screen TV, it's like blurry. It's not clear enough. I appreciate the offer. I have some too. I got a stack of them here, but I never watch them anymore. I converted them all. Oh, good for you, Salty. Hope if you got Beyond Fulfillment, I want that one. That was a good porno movie. You want to see a good porno movie that you're gonna laugh, but a lot of good acting and stuff. Misty Beethoven. I think it was The Adventures of Misty Beethoven. That was a shit ton of work. Let me tell you, I mean, a lot of these porn people were educated Jews, believe it or not. And it shows, and like, even though it's porn, what was it? It's The Adventures of Misty. It's something Misty Beethoven. Barbara Broadcast. It was more than just porn, believe it or not. Oh, I bet you they did. If they saw him, they took him. You better believe it. Yeah. There used to be a joke. That's the first thing that firemen look for in a bedroom. It's people's private porn. Good thing I wasn't a fireman. I'd be in there fucking beaten off, and the damn house would be burning down. They wonder what happened to me. I'd still keep my fire hat on, though, and my boots. I would not ditch my safety protocol. My biggest worry during a fire would be whether or not if the remote was going to melt. Yeah, back when they were shot on film, yeah. Oh, it's your uncle's estate? He sounds like a good man. It's the good old days. Yeah, I miss him already. I mean, that's another thing. Like, you watch porn, it's like, so what? These fucking chats have been, like, messing up left and right. Shot on film. Porn's in the tank. It's nothing as good as it used to be. That could be my sensory uh, nerve endings being just eliminated after all these years of watching too much porn. It could be just like nothing seems as good as it was because I've watched 10 billion hours of porn. Hey, Pug. Yes. Oh, I don't think it's amazing people pay for it. You know, I looked at that OnlyFans, like, it's way too much time. I don't think those women are that good looking. I don't really like even the young ones are like, they just strike me as like totally nasty, drug addicted pigs. It's not attractive. It's just not, I like the housewife look, like a school teacher. Yeah, so it's not like attracted to me. I like, like, who would I say? Like, I can't even give you an example. Like just a regular housewife that's like making cookies and then goes to a gangbang an hour later. These porn movies now, they get these girls that, I mean, you could tell they were good looking at one time. It's all these nasty tattoos and this crazy haircuts. They're all super skinny because they're drug addicts. Yeah, hot for the teacher. Yeah, I had a couple teachers that were just like plain, but like rockin' bodies. I like the librarian that's just really nice and polite. There was a way I got that Sunday when I got that hot fudge Sunday the other day. There was a girl like that, just super nice, just beautiful, really polite. Just trying to cover up a pair of double D's that she could be making a fortune with at her titty bar, but she's taking the Bible route, which is cool. And like I said, these retired porn people, man, they live shitty lives after porn's over. I'm sure during the day that, it seems great. And even I looked up that Jenna Jameson, who I never found attractive, but she looks like a fucking train wreck now, too. It's just you can't come from a culture where there's the good and the bad and experience the fun and then transition into the good. Tracy Lords is an example. A couple of those women that got involved with Charlie Sheen. Why it works that way, I don't know. But when you're young and you're stupid and you grow up, you believe like these two sets of rules that you didn't want that kind of wife. You're still falling for this fake horse shit. But now that I'm older and stuff, If I met like a retired porno movie star that was a good person, I think I'd overlook it. I don't think it'd bother me because I know how you like get into that shit, and you know, hopefully they didn't lose any of their blowjob skills along the way. Yeah, yeah, full circle. Yeah, I think that I wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I don't make it part of my life. And I'm not even saying it's not true. Ironically, some of my best friends have been. One was a Monsignor in the Catholic Church. He died of lung cancer. I got another guy that's an evangelical that was in charge of like 40,000 congregation in Orlando. I still talk to him. I don't have a problem with it, and it's not that I have any disdain for people that do. I just don't embrace these stories connected to religion. And I think you can be a good person without religion. I acknowledge stuff that I like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I don't like how religions vilified people over normal human natural tendencies. You know? Is Ron Jeremy on here? Hey, Jeremy. I thought Ron Jeremy, poor old Ron Jeremy. There's another example of the end of a porn run. Ended up going nuts. He can't even like comprehend what people are saying to him anymore. And that's the state of the world's in now. And I'm not saying, look, you can be a porn star and the loosest woman on the world, and you shouldn't be raped. You shouldn't be molested. You shouldn't be assaulted. Really, I really believe this way. Now, on the flip side of that, when you're in porn and you're doing cocaine parties and all this shit, and you're Ron Jeremy and you've been doing this shit for 35 years, and all of a sudden some women, after their career's over, they're all broke, they're all trying to write a book or be on Dr. Phil, and they all start saying you raped him when you were in porn and all this bullshit. And you start getting charged with all this shit because there's no statute of limitations. I question some of that. If that happened, it's terrible. It should be adjudicated properly. But it just sounds like a lot of sour grapes to me. Even though Bill Cosby, I mean, that's fucked up, giving quaaludes. But I don't think, my opinion from what I gleaned of watching that and reading, that they just took the quaaludes so they could stand banging this old lech. They knew what was in store for them when they got there, but the quaalude isn't the reason that they did it. It was to make it bearable. 20 years later, you come up and you go to therapy and Bill Cosby raped you. I just find it hard to believe. I mean, he was knocking out fucking ass left and right without raping it. Why would he do that? It just, it's not crystal clear. I mean, these are big charges and stuff. Everybody has regrets. I bet all the women on here got a dick or two that they wish they didn't have to bring up somewhere along the line. It just happens. You do shit you didn't want to. But that doesn't mean it was forced. I'll tell you what gets a lot of guys charged is girls and their new boyfriends. They get drinking, the girl says, yeah, well, this guy did this and did that. And the only way this relationship's going to work out is she is willing to have this old boyfriend prosecuted. Really, it's not right. Yeah. The Bobbitt guy? Oh, you mean the girl? The girl? Yeah, yeah, that's assault. Yeah, it definitely should have been punished for that. Here's another thing I get sick of too. These fucking crazy liberals. They want to get every goddamn rape and bank robber there is and give him a PhD and new teeth before he gets paroled. It's fucking nonsense. Now, prison is about punishment. It's about a shitty place to live and a length of time because of what you did. Now, the flip side to that is society's stuck with all these people with no skills after they get out. So I can understand help them a little bit, trying to get them back on their feet. But this idea of all this education and If you're the working poor, you don't really qualify for Medicaid. You're working like a fucking slave at fast food. It's possible you don't have medical insurance. Rita and I were talking about this on a chat the other day. And here you end up fucking killing Ted fucking Amish babies, and you're getting your teeth fixed, lifting weights, and taking college classes, going to Bible study on Sunday, because you're in fucking prison for 40 years. That is not right. It's not right. It's not right. My religion is, if it feels good, do it. Yeah, looking for a pot of gold. It's fucking nonsense, man. And there are people out there. Sapolsky talks about it, this behavioral biologist at Stanford. Every once in a while, a lifetime, there's a charismatic person that can just shift the beliefs with large groups of people, good or bad. Hitler did it. This Scientology guy had it, Ron Hubbard. Just real gifted people that just. David Koresh had it. If he'd have kept going, he'd have had a church with 2 million people. Just really had a way of talking people into shit. And I'm not convinced he's half the bad guy they sold him as being. Goddamn federal government ended up burning alive a bunch of women and children that weren't going anywhere, that couldn't get out of there. What in the hell are you doing? Ruby Ridge had to pay off. The FBI acting crazy. Jim Jones, yeah, same thing. Jim Jones just sees really, you believe in it. Yeah, matter of fact, I may buy that David Koresh book today. I've been thinking about doing it. He was a very charismatic, he was a smart guy. I mean, whether you like him or whether you don't. And these ideas of, the way the government got in there was able to get the military to help. They said they were manufacturing meth, which was a complete and total lie. And he'd been investigated, because you got a bunch of stalkers, right? For like underage sex with kids and shit, and which was never substantiated. I mean, I'm not defending a crazy. I can just tell you from what I knew about it. Once they got it out for you, watch out. People were there in their own volition, too. He didn't kidnap people and bring them there. Bye, Salty. Yeah, wife beater, yeah. Wife beater. Can't be doing this shit. But it's a double standard, too. There's guys that take a beating from their wives. People think it's funny. Think he's a pussy. Why doesn't he fight back? But when a guy like whacks a woman, it's like the end of the world. Yeah, it's just, and they had all sorts of opportunities to arrest David Koresh, driving his Camaro, whatever the fuck it was, and shopping downtown, and he was a jogger, but they didn't. They waited till he was inside his home and, sent 50 guys in there with machine guns to run around his roof. It's just the whole thing stunk. Yeah, some of these, I think the really good conspiracies, where you got really smart people behind them, the lay people, the dummies of the world like me, never really are going to be privy to the truth. Right. No, yeah, you're right about that, Blue. I agree. Yeah, you can't do that kind of thing, you know, to someone because you didn't like what they did. Now you know why they have gated communities, homeowners associations, private neighborhoods, private security. Because in a lot of ways, in a lot of places, that's the only way you're going to escape that shit. You make it so these clowns can't afford to live in your neighborhood, and you're protected if they try to come in. Oh, from a few women? Oh, that a girl. Yeah, another kook, another fucking total lunatic blowing up a whole building full of, like, women and children and court employees. What a fucking kook. He got exactly, that's another thing, the death penalty. You got these crazy Christians, not wanting to fucking put these guys in a microwave. And on top of it, to add insult to injury, Timothy McVeigh supposedly asked for forgiveness and got his salvation on his deathbed. Deathbed repentance makes no sense to me. I wish they'd have done a public torture on that motherfucker. Yeah, can you believe that? You go in and do some shit like that and then ask for forgiveness and it's happening? You're going to be up in heaven with everybody that did? No way. These are reasons why I don't believe in this crap. These people, their kid gets murdered by some fucking psycho, raped and murdered, chopped up in little pieces. And their fucking preacher's telling them to go hug him and forgive him. Fuck you. No fucking way. I'd light that motherfucker on fire the first chance I got. No way I'm not doing it. It's like, yeah, well, that's what's going to stifle you from your happiness. Yeah, okay. Well, that's what I'm going with. And there's some people in my life that if somebody did some shit like that at this stage of the game at my age, I would track them down and fucking make up for it. I promise you I would. I would use every PI source that I have. I'd shut up. I'd lay low. And I'd track these motherfuckers down. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's crazy, man. He killed, like, how many people did that asshole kill? I'd rather go with the Old Testament. I'll start my own religion. Yeah, okay. We'll get even. We'll do an eye for an eye. And then we'll have a big blowout party, rent some tents. Yeah, I mean, if that fucker's in heaven, that's all. That's just another good reason not to want to be there yourself. Goddamn mass murderer, innocent people. And he's up there with the people that never did anything like that. This is how nuts religion is. You got somebody coming to visit you from 1,000 miles away. You pray that they get here, and they get here. Oh, my prayers were answered. They get hit in the head on. They all die. 2 of them linger on intensive care for fucking 3 years. God called them to his kingdom. It just never ends. It's one crazy story after another. The Church of No Panties made more sense than any of it. His thinking behind that was, and this is true. I mean, the guy's a fucking kook, but he had some logical explanation as to why he named it that. And the real reason is because, when you're a drug addict, you're a prostitute, and you're homeless and all this shit, battering places, if you're getting beat up, there's all sorts of places for women. But there are hardly any for men. And he's right. If you had some wife that was just flogging you with a goddamn baseball bat every morning, you were homeless, no job, drunk addict, it's tough getting somewhere. But all sorts of places for women, and I don't really even have a problem with it. I think it's harder for a woman out there than a man, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have any places for men. But in general, society just isn't as sympathetic. They look at men as like kind of the cause a lot of this shit. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Church of No Panties. Yeah, they do, Larry. Yeah. They caught one guy up here while I was up here. He was this poor girl came for counseling, came from a broken home. And before you know it, he was banging her in the middle of the sessions. He got like 30 years, motherfucker. They got another perverted school teacher up here too, doing that. I knew somebody that knew the school teacher. You know what happened? They were in this school, and she could hear somebody in there screwing, and she thought it was 2 teachers. So she hung around the corner and waited till they came out and realized it was a teacher and a young girl. He got like 22 years, I think. You can't be doing shit like that, man. It's wrong. Hey, Troubles. Yeah, no, it's nuts. It's crazy, man. This latest hot potato is like, now you got I travel around a lot. I've been this way my whole life, and I realize, and everywhere I go, including here, Georgia, all the way up here, any state you live in, the rural areas, in between like regional cities, they're all dried up, done. These small towns, Crawfordville, they're all over up north Michigan. In your state, you go to small towns, and most of them are dried up, out of business. The economy is bad, man. The big cities are failing. Nobody wants to live in them. Detroit, L.A., Atlanta, Washington, D.C., crime, nuts. I mean, this country's best days are behind it. It's a constant struggle out there. If you're not like older and you got a retirement or Social Security, and you could actually make some money back in the day. I mean, everybody's out here is working for fucking $12 an hour. Fucking gas is $3.70 a gallon. Goddamn double wide trailers, 250 grand. Your lot rent's 800. This is the state of affairs now. But on the other side, that's capitalism doing its thing. You got no work base, no manufacturing. All that gravy, blue collar job shit is gone. No, yeah, it's true. It's all gone. Either you got a PhD in fucking IT, or you're working at a local fucking gas station and cleaning houses on the side. Working like a fucking slave just to live in a trailer. Now, is there anything inherently wrong with that? Maybe not. I think maybe it's just a standard of living's changed in the United States. I mean, we're heading third world. Keeps going this way, another 100 years, it's going to look just like Mexico, straw huts and shit, donkeys out front. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep, that's exactly right. They try and blame it on the union, but that's bullshit, dude. These fucking crazy sports fishermen try and blame the Indians, Native Americans in Michigan for the demise of the fish. That's fucking nonsense. It's a sports fisherman that did it. Yeah, and all this shit people buy, like this phone I'm talking on. Same thing with Amazon. You get it broke off in your ass the whole way. Same with Amazon. Everybody's bitching. Things aren't like they used to be. Yeah, that's because you buy everything from Amazon. That's why. The In the old days, 35 years ago, if you saw something you wanted, a new stereo, earphones, whatever the fuck it was, you had to go to your local place and fucking buy it. And then the fucking chains came in. Best Buy, Home Depot, Lowe's. Now they're selling that shit for 25% off when it's not on sale than the local guy. That dried up that. Look at the book market. It's all 82% of books bought are through Amazon. It's fucking Barnes & Noble. That's why I pay up the ass for books there. Not always. I don't get all my books there. But I want to keep them in business. And I realize in my small way that if I don't buy things and they don't make $20 on the book I bought, that they're going to be out of business too. And I'm going to be sitting in my car here reading my fucking books because there's nowhere to page through them at a mall. Nuts. Well, I mean that's like a bad marriage. I mean, sooner or later, everything isn't going to be great for the full course over 100 years, and that happened with unions. They can't really blame the unions. At the beginning, my dad went through that bullshit with Ford Motor Company. They were coming in to see if you went to the bathroom and shit, fucking threatening you, without the union, no safety, fucking people getting killed, fingers chopped off. So it's like a working wage. Believe me, this capitalism, man, that's the downside of it. They'd have paid everybody nothing if they could have got away with it. And then the unions came up and they shared the wealth. And then it just got fucking ridiculous, where you had like a high school dropout making twice as much as a college professor and more than an emergency room physician when he worked overtime. And it didn't last that long. So by the end of the 70s, early 80s, there wasn't enough profit margin. Now it's the exact opposite. The small two, it's not the big three anymore. They don't really pay that great anymore. And a fucking car is more than it's ever been. That's the downside of capitalism. It's gotten so bad lately that people can't even afford to lease a vehicle now because the residual's so high. You know those days for quite a while you get a new Ford F-150 truck for $139 a month and they restrict you on your miles. Well, those fucking days are over. Now the lease's payment is so high that people can't even afford to lease them. That's one of the big reasons why used cars cost so much right now. That's why, because the people that leased can't afford it. Yeah, upside down. It's true, Larry. But as society evolves and time marches on, guys like us, we know what the deal is, so we're bringing it up, we're talking it all the time. But we're going to be dead in about 20 years, 15 years. And the new people, they're used to being broke. They're used to striving for a double wide with a fucking tarp on the roof because they can't afford to get it re-roofed, working 2 full-time jobs and 1 part-time job and never taking a vacation. That's their life. They expect it. So they're not like us, like looking back at the good old days. Duck and run. That ain't no shit. That's what it is. I can't imagine starting out having this knowledge and being young. Fuck, no wonder everybody's going to the marijuana dispensary. Anything's better than reality. Yeah, that's what you got, a whole new population. And that's also how these crazy fucking politicians are getting elected. Don't pay your student loans. Fucking go to college for free. Fucking stimulus money. Go buy flat screen TVs you can't afford. Subsidized rent. It's to the point now where you don't want to fuck up the good deal you got going by getting a full-time job. And those are the motherfuckers that are getting elected. Paying your bills. Even this place, before I left, there's that church at the end of the road. Like once a month they give away food. The fucking line's a mile long. Canned food and shit. Hey, I drive beaters too, man. I drive beaters too, but I'm a gambler. I'm a gambler. If this motherfucker throws a rod, I just fucking leave it there, get it towed in, and take a rental car home and start all over again. It's not like I'm, missing a wedding or not able to show up to my job. That's where they fuck you. If you've got something you need to, if you get a wife, young wife, 2 babies, you can't be driving around in a fucking beater. And with these new cars too, and all this computer and all this horse shit, that isn't the guarantee it used to be. You bought a new car in the 70s, minus something crazy. If you took care of it, it was going to last you. Then they started making junk, and they pushed legislation for lemon laws, that kind of thing. But I don't have the confidence in these new vehicles. I'm not buying them on anyone, so it doesn't matter. $120,000 for a pickup truck. You got to be out of your fucking mind. Yeah. I don't know how to work on them. I got AAA plus. I just get it, man. I mean, the very worst scenario, like I blew an engine or a trans, I just get it fucking towed, take my camera equipment out. That's why I don't like, it's kind of fun not having Daisy. Daisy was a whole another group of worries, driving a beater. You know what I mean? You got a fucking dog. Half these fucking places don't want a dog in the tow truck. The likelihood of being near a hotel that accepts dogs is fucking zero. So it's just a whole 30% more worry on your mind if this fucking thing breaks down. If it breaks down now, who gives a fuck? I just grab my cameras and head to the nearest hotel, and when it's fixed, it's fixed. Big difference. Just watching this place here. Now, see, these areas here, like when I was growing up, my sister got this McDonald's up here in 78, which is a couple 100 miles from where we lived. I mean, I was probably up here twice before that. I mean, this was considered back in the 70s like you were going to Siberia. 75 wasn't even around when I was a kid. This expressway, people came up 27, and now everybody goes up north like it ain't shit. I mean, if you took a 5-hour drive when I was a kid, it was like going to the other side of the earth. Yeah, pugs are real susceptible to overheating. All those little stocky, short-nosed dogs are. I've seen idiots before jogging on hot days with pugs and said, "Hey, man, do me a favor and look this up online when you get home because you may stroke that dog out doing this." Yeah, it's hard to have both things. I mean, you're going to find a guy who's muscular, has got a 10-inch cock, can fix everything in the house, the plumbing, your car, and then he'll just embarrass the fuck out of you at a formal dinner. You could never take him to a black tie dinner. He'd be wiping his mouth with the tablecloth and burping, telling fart jokes. You can't get the whole package. It's just impossible. That's what novels and movies are made of. That's probably why Tom Brady's wife left him. He's probably got like a 2-inch pecker. And it's just something you can never talk about. Throw a football a mile and a half, and, you know, she just can't get that off her mind. That ain't no shit. It's just like that Sandra Bullock, who I don't really find attractive, but, she was going with that Jesse, the motorcycle guy. Nobody could, she's Jewish, right? Comes from money, and, it's worth like $100 million, and they can't figure out why old Jesse was fucking around. That's a no-brainer, man. And they can't figure out why she was attracted to old Jesse. Yeah. How do you come on and say, well, what I really like about him is he pulls my hair and spits on me, and I've never had anybody slap my ass that hard? Yeah, you can't. So, I mean, she was super attracted to this fucking loser, and it was just probably the worst piece of ass he'd ever had in his life. So he starts fucking around with that tattoo artist. Big giant tits, wild, probably, fucking all pro in every sexual position. And even though he liked the money and the lifestyle and the status with Sandra Bullock, he just got tired of beating off after the honeymoon. So he switched. That's my take on it. Seriously, man, I've just seen too many examples like this. Just like fucking terrible in bed. Just could not put up with it anymore. It's like she's buying him new motorcycles and new paint guns and all this top-notch shit and making these motorcycles, and he's like, God, am I going to have to fuck this dead piece of ass again? And then he's got to fake being romantic. It's like, poor guy couldn't take it anymore. Seriously, couldn't fucking take it anymore. Yeah, he just couldn't. So he starts fucking around with the tattoo artist. He's probably banging her in the ass and hanging off a chandelier and all sorts of shit in the first date. It's like, fucking A, man. You can keep all those motorcycle parts. Let's party. No, that's how I am. Hey, Pug. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Yeah, not that no, it's like, what are you thinking, man? You see these like fucking these Hollywood stars, and it's like, I bet they're just absolutely fucking terrible in bed. Or the ones that try and really push it in, like they're like Madonna. Fuck. That's all fake bullshit too. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think Madonna's attractive at all, especially now. Still trying to act sexy. It's her share. Somebody needs to take a fucking baseball bat to Martha Stewart, too, for getting in a fucking bikini in 81. I mean, you're not shoving this fucking liberal horse shit down. Same with the big, beautiful woman. Looks like a fucking buffalo stampede. Big, beautiful woman. Just see these fucking beasts they're trying to fucking sell to you as attractive. You go to a black tie dinner, it's like you're supporting big, beautiful woman beauty contest. You're saying to yourself, does anybody have a fifth of tequila? Well, here is Mary. She's in a bikini. She's a 455 fucking pounds. And she likes animals, kids. She is looking for the right man. I'm thinking, holy fucking shit, man. Yeah, give me a fucking shotgun or a bazooka so I can make the world a better place. Anybody got an elephant call with them? It's like Mary likes walks on the beaches. I'm thinking there can't be a fucking animal within 100 miles that's still sleeping if he's trying to hibernate. Mary wants to have children someday. It's like, fuck. You better put some railroad ties underneath the bed. Yeah, I don't buy this shit, man. You're not fucking gonna see me at any of those events. Big beautiful woman beauty contest. Fuck, they'd take a fucking bear trap with me and put it in front of the fucking hors d'oeuvres. Yeah, here's Tom Reed. Tom has been known to be extremely rude around heavy-set women. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I just changed her flat tire in the parking lot. He's very inconsiderate. There's Tom Reed. It's like, well, then the drinking starts after the beauty contest. One of these beasts looks over at me with her bloodshot eyes and says, "There's that motherfucker over there." It's like, who are you talking about? It's like that Tom Reed, that fucker. It's all he does is talk about we're pigs and fat and shit, and we shouldn't be in bikinis. And then I'm there, and it's kind of the tide's turned. Instead of me talking shit, it's them talking shit. So I'm getting pressured now. So I'm saying, well, yeah, I was just fucking, drinking. I was under a lot of stress trying to get the fuck out of this. Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll go around and look for a fucking used sailboat sale. See if I can make a bottom on a bikini that'll fit. No, I just don't buy this shit, man. This is the kind of horse shit they'll have you believing. Big, beautiful women beauty contest for charity. It's like, oh my fucking god, man. Here comes a constant speed prop airplane. I'm not doing it. They'll have you dating fucking one-legged fucking pogo dancers. These crazy goddamn events nowadays. If you're a politician or something like that, or you're running for office, you just gotta suck it up and act like you give a fuck. They'll have a charity, and for $25 you get to dance with this beast. You'd have to turn the fucking air conditioning down to around 55 so you're not wringing wet after one song. God damn it. Yeah. It was then I'll start considering homosexuality. Marty always tells me I need my own talk show. Yeah. Anybody knows of any armored trucks when I do my world tour? Yeah, those are some long fucking dates. Long hours. It's like for $25 you're going to be able to uh, have a slow dance with Miss Big Beautiful Woman. It's like, oh fuck, man, where is Rob? Don't like that. This mouthy Mexican deserves this. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, Pope Mobile. Yeah, fuck yeah. They probably got that. They probably had a clairvoyant, a mind reader, someone that could see in the future back then. They thought this guy starts talking this shit about homosexuality. We better put him in a clear, bulletproof fucking box. He'd get his fucking ass beat nowadays talking that shit. He'd need to be in like a 6-inch thick metal vault. But the Catholics, that's a real hot potato for them, this homosexuality shit. They've either shut the fuck up about it or allowed you to come in and just don't lie to take communion or get married there. They'll just pretend they're not sucking each other's hairy balls after the service. Yeah, that's these poor parents that just have these. They can do what they want. It doesn't bother me. I'm just glad I didn't have to experience it. Yeah. Yeah. Really, it's got to just be one of these things. You got these things come through your fucking mind. You got a good-looking wife. Your sex is fucking through the fucking roof. Gives the best head in the world. Nothing she won't do. Anytime you want it, it's fucking great. Then she watched one of these fucking TV shows. How that relationships should just between the ears, and you shouldn't have to be on a treadmill every day and stay attractive. So she just decides to gain 150 pounds to see if you really love her. We're working on it, Jim. Yeah. And guys like Rob and myself just say to myself, what the fuck are you doing? Jesus fucking Christ, you can't get in any of the jeans I bought you. Your fucking ass is as wide as a mattress. It's like, don't talk to me that way. You're right, Larry. I said, let me call my buddy Rob. It's like, don't call him. He's just like you. It's all you guys are talking about women as sex objects. To you, there's nothing left other than that. It's sex, sex, sex. You're never sharing anything that's deep. Right. I said, well, Rob there's nothing wrong with Rob just being a straight, oversexed Mexican male. I still don't think the greens look as good on this phone as the other one. Some motherfucker. Hey, I'll tell you what else I found out. That fucking Craigslist list isn't worth a shit now. Nobody looks at Craigslist. Would that fucking Facebook thing wipe it out or what? Shade in the summer. This is I like just sitting here. This is great, man. I recorded a lot of stuff in 5.3K. I hope I don't regret it. Because I just for the hell of it tried to put a little through my video editor last night, and it's like, fuck, this thing can't handle this. So I may just end up directly uploading it to YouTube instead of taking out dead spots. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. You know, these fucking stalkers, man. I never even used Facebook Marketplace. These fucking stalkers must have reported me for fraud or something because I can't use a Facebook Marketplace, even though I never used it. I'm blocked. I bet I've got, back when those fucking videos were like going viral, every fucking hanger-on or fucking loser in the world was trying to get a hold of me through Facebook once they realized where you live. And I didn't answer one message. I think I got like 30,000 fucking messages over like 5 years by these fucking wackos. You think that's what it is, Blue? Even in this fucking cow pasture? Oh, everything is Facebook. No shit, huh? Huh. Yeah, this looks like it's a nice view, which I would agree with. It looks nice, but you go fucking crazy living here. Yeah, no, you might be right about it. I never thought about that. So is that where you sell shit now? Is Facebook? Oh, okay. There's a lot of little planes flying around here today. Birds are singing. An hour late. No, I never communicate with anybody on Facebook. You just wouldn't believe the fucking weirdos that'll try and get a hold of you if you have a viral video. It's fucking just like a weird cult following of fucking misfits. Can you see this image good? Does it look good? Yeah, it doesn't work with her. She snapped at Marty's wife this morning again. Oh, good. Greens and blues. This town hardly looks like a town where the popular nurse practitioner went home for lunch and the husband just stopped by, forgot something he needed to take into work, and here was the UPS guy banging her doggy style right on the couch. But it happened. And he got mad and he punched the UPS guy in the face. I thought to myself, you're punching the wrong person. And then UPS fired the guy, but the union got him back. I agree. What does fucking one of the people you were delivering a package to have to do with getting fired? Well, they hung their hat on that it was insubordination, that he had packages to deliver, and he was fucking instead outside the timeline for his lunch. Yeah, you're right, Flathead. He's really putting a good dick into her. She since got divorced and they got married and they just had a baby. Hopefully he didn't have some kind of fetish to where, getting caught, because it'd probably never be the same. He put the cherry on the top too by getting a black eye. From a male's perspective, and I know Rob will agree with this, just the thought of being a UPS guy, you're going around, there's about 3 or 4 women on your fucking route that you've been jacking off to, thinking about for the last couple years, and then finally one day, just like the fucking plot in a porno movie, they say, would you like to come in for a coffee? And you just can't believe they're saying that to you, and it's like, Yeah, this is a good paying job. It's either this at the local gas station for half as much. Yeah, I would like a coffee. And if I get caught, fuck it. I get caught. He got caught. He just put it. I just loved him to share his thoughts that he's got this job he hates, but he keeps it because it's one of the few decent paying jobs where you don't have to live with your mother in the area. So he puts up with it. But then when he's faced with this girl that's married, she just had a new set of tits put on prior to this, and she asked him in for a coffee, he's thinking, oh wow. And I just like to ask him sometime, when you had your pants down, you're actually pouring the wood to her in your UPS pants, your brown pants down around your ankles. You must have had to felt like on top of the fucking world. I mean, from one straight male to another. I mean, fuck this job and security and getting punched in the eye. There had to have been a couple minutes there where you just thought you had scaled Mount Everest. I mean, this is the ultimate male fantasy. Not only are you getting paid for it, you're attracted to her. This is making a porno movie look like bullshit, and it's real. He was living the dream. I'll bet that motherfucker's attention got switched when he heard that door open, though. I bet he'll never get his pants up that fast the rest of his life. And she's trying to get her shit together and trying to run to the bathroom and lock the door because she's nude. And just like anybody would whose wife was doing that and you caught him, he just says quite naturally, "What are you doing?" Even though he just saw it. And the wife can't even say, "We're just friends," because the UPS guy's half nude and she's totally nude. It's like, just friends. That's what everybody says when you get caught fucking around. It's like, we're just friends. What are you gonna say? We just got done fucking? Perks of the job. Yeah. This guy came to his senses, though, the husband. He divorced her. He got remarried, too. I bet that motherfucker says, "Honey, would you mind just getting stuff delivered through the post office? I don't want any Amazon or UPS deliveries." He'd probably developed a phobia and had to go to a Jewish psychiatrist. Every time he sees that brown truck, he starts getting mad, feels violated, used. Now the wife, she went around telling everybody it wouldn't have happened, but she never felt that she got the love she deserved. Yeah, yeah, that's what she said. She never felt loved. This is true. It's so awesome, man. I don't. She's not really my type. Plus, she's got fake tits, but she's real nice and she's really cute in the face. But I just would love him to share with me how that felt when it was really happening. I mean, that's the biggest plot in a fucking porno movie there is. The delivery guy, a pizza guy, a UPS. And what I like, he still works for UPS, and he's got to be a fucking legend amongst the guys there that have never been laid. I mean, this fucker took top prize in a small town. And you talk about your union dues being worth it. He got that job back. That's right. Yeah, it really happened. Yeah. Well, you guys, I think I'm gonna sign off. I keep it on, but it buffers like a motherfucker when I go down to the lake. It's just frustrating, you know. I'm gonna check that out. I might go to Barnes and Noble today. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Pack some books. Oh, good for you, Tribbles. They got a strip club down in Saginaw, Deja Vu, but these girls are like, they're not cute. All right, Larry. My enemy, you have a good day today. See you, Tribbles. You party on. Bye, Rob. You rock on. No, I agree, Tribbles. It's true. You too. You too, Pug. Yeah, you're right. Okay, guys, party on. Have a nice day today.